Welcome back to Facing the Mirror, the podcast where uncomfortable truths meet radical healing. I'm Christina, a counselor, life coach, survivor, mother, PhD student, and your guide in unraveling the patterns we swear will stop right before repeating them again. And today we're talking about something most people live with silently until it eats the relationship alive: quiet resentment, the unspoken tension, the emotional dust that collects over days and months and years without a single explosion, but plenty of wounds. Let me paint you a picture. You're sitting next to someone you love, a partner, a friend, a family member, and nothing bad happens. No argument, no betrayal, no crisis, but they make a comment or dismiss your request or forget something important or tell you you're too sensitive, or they may minimize something that mattered to you, or they talk to you with that tone, the one that makes your stomach drop. And you do what you've done 1,000 times. You swallow it. You tell yourself it's not worth the fight. Convince yourself you're overreacting and decide to let it go. But you don't actually let it go. The body remembers, the heart remembers, and resentment quietly forms like plaque on the emotional arteries of the relationship. This is the truth that we do avoid. And most relationships don't end because of one huge betrayal. They end because of 500 tiny unmet needs and unspoken hurts. We don't talk about this because it's easier to blame the last thing that happened, and it's easier to say, well, we just grew apart. It's less painful than admitting, I abandoned myself slowly, and now I feel empty. Quiet resentment happens when you stop speaking up. You stop asking for what you need. You stop feeling seen. You keep peace externally while starting a war internally. You pretend you're fine because you're tired of explaining yourself. And the saddest part? Most people don't even know they're resenting their partner until they've mentally checked out. There is a psychology of quiet resentment, and this resentment is a protective mechanism. It forms when your boundaries were ignored one too many times. So examples of this would be: you forgave something that you never healed from, you agreed to something you didn't actually want, you stopped expecting reciprocity, you lowered your standards to avoid conflict, and you said, it's fine, when it wasn't fine. So resentment says, I didn't feel safe enough to tell you the truth, so now I don't feel safe enough to give you my heart. And the relationship shifts. So here are some signs that you're living with quiet resentment. You'll relate to this deeply, or someone listening will, but you don't look forward to their texts anymore. You stop explaining your side because they won't get it. The effort feels one-sided. Small annoyances suddenly feel unbearable. You feel emotionally drained after interactions. You fantasize about distance, silence, or freedom. You avoid deep conversations because they lead nowhere. You're still physically present, but mentally unavailable. You start grieving a relationship that technically still exists. This is the part nobody admits publicly, but it's real, and it's common, and it's killing relationships silently. The hard truth, the part that makes people actually reach out, is resentment doesn't come from what your partner does. It comes from what you tolerate without addressing. And that's why it's so dangerous. You think you're protecting the relationship by avoiding conflict, but you're actually suffocating it very, very quietly. You think silence keeps things peaceful, but silence just delays the inevitable. You think, I don't want to start an argument, but you're starting an internal wildfire. And you think, I'll bring it up later. But later never comes, only distance does. The root cause of self-abandonment is we've got to stop blaming communication issues. Let's for once just tell the truth. Most resentment is built on self-abandonment. You kept showing up for them while failing to show up for yourself. You made them comfortable at the cost of your own peace. You swallowed your voice to keep their approval. You broke your own boundaries to avoid breaking the relationship. And the resentment is the emotional invoice your soul sends you for all of the times you silence yourself. There is a shift, and there is a way to break this pattern. And this is where we we honestly get accountable and not angry. Accountability is going to go a very, very long way. Trust me on this. First step, let's acknowledge that truth. Ask yourself, what am I holding in? What conversations am I avoiding? What part of me is tired of pretending? And what do I need that I've stopped admitting I need? Number two, say the thing that you've been swallowing. Resentment dissolves when honesty begins. Speak it calmly, clearly, and without apology. Number three, rebuild the emotional contract. Relationships need renegotiations. Love grows when we update the terms. Number four, stop managing their reactions. Your truth is not an attack. Their discomfort is not your responsibility. Number five, recommit to not abandoning yourself. If you keep sacrificing yourself, don't be surprised when you stop recognizing yourself. Here we are wrapping things up, and I'm just going to say resentment is unspoken heartbreak. It's the grief that forms when your needs stay buried, and the person you resent most is usually yourself. Let that sit. Take a breath. Ask yourself, where are my relationships? Am I staying silent? And what will it cost me if I continue? If today was the day that I stopped abandoning myself, what conversation would I finally have? Who would I become if I stopped settling for peace that required silencing my soul? If this episode hit you hard, good. It means you're ready for your next level of healing. I work with clients every day who are tired of repeating the same cycles, tired of giving their all, and tired of loving from empty. And if you're ready to rebuild your voice, your boundaries, your confidence, and your identity, you can book a session with me at healingmyfeelings.com. You deserve relationships where your needs matter, where your voice is heard, and where you don't have to shrink to be loved. And that starts with facing the mirror.